I would like now to invite to the stage to set the scene for today the Group Chief Executive of OPITO, David Doig.
Here we are again. 6th year. I should be getting used to this, but I think standing in front of an ever-growing population of OPITO supporters and people that care about the industry is quite special. I don't find it daunting. I find it an absolute joy. But anyway, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, our gold sponsor Shell and our other sponsors and exhibitors, and welcome again to our annual conference now in its 6th year. Over the years, I have addressed this conference with a relative theme, as we have also always sought to help the industry develop and build a safe and skilled workforce. Gordon touched on this, and I think we're all in the same place. I don't think any of us could ever have predicted such a significant downturn in the oil price and the subsequent impact that has had on the global industry. As the industry now wrestles with the challenge of this fiscal change, this year's theme, Economics of Oil at $50, we had some fun with that title. We had Economics of Oil at $60, we had Economics of Oil at $40, and then we eventually just settled at $50, a midway point. Such is the volatility that's been in the industry over the past year. Huge change since we all last met in Abu Dhabi, and I just want to follow up on the words of the chairman and just thank everyone for being here today. It's difficult times, and we know that, but having so many people here today in this room is a testament itself to people that have a commitment to try and do something that will improve the safety and the skills of the people that work in this great industry, and I thank every one of you for being here. Now, little did I think that this oil price would drive such change. And now, as I look back on last year, I thought about the conference, and it was about a call for leadership, a call for dynamic leadership, a call for inspirational leadership, and that was to try and implement and grow from where we were and create a better, safer industry. It's a journey we'll never reach the destination, but we do. But now it's a time for inspirational leadership, not just to continually improve, but to ensure we do not take a retrograde step and blindly cut costs. Cutting costs is easy. It's creating efficiency and cost efficiency, which is difficult. Let's hope we don't take that retrograde step. We all know the industry will be around for a long time. After everyone in this room is gone, the industry will be around. So we must avoid short-term thinking. But history shows, as human beings, we're actually quite good at it. But if we do as we've always done, then we'll get what we always got. And short-term thinking will undoubtedly bring long-term pain and certainly no gain. And history shows us that lack of investment in long-term planning brings a scourge that has afflicted this industry for so long: skill shortages and the wage inflation that comes with skill shortages. And this is created by an imbalance in supply and demand of skilled people. It hurts the industry, and I think we've got a declining oil price, we know that, and hopefully it will stabilise, as Etna said. However, this wage inflation really harms the industry. Let's not wait until we see some buoyancy again before we try and tackle that. Let's tackle it now. So we know that the price will improve. We can't just slash costs, and if we do, we'll just recreate all the problems that we experienced before. So, yesterday's history, tomorrow, well, that's a mystery. Today is a gift, and that's why we call it the present. And it's what we do right now, today, with the gift, in the present, that will build on the great work that we've already accomplished. But we need to get the industry in shape. We need to adapt to meet the challenges that face us. But most importantly, we must also see the opportunity that comes from our current reality. It's often said that necessity is the mother of all invention. So let's invent smarter ways of working, and let's really focus on being creative and innovative, and let's adapt. We exist in a commodity-driven geopolitical marketplace, and as such, we're always exposed to cyclical trends. We know this, but we must find ways to learn from the past and try not to repeat the mistakes that we've made in the past. We can't just simply cut costs without thinking about it, and certainly not long-term investment. Let me share an example of long-term investment and leadership. I'll paint the picture. The year is 1999. The oil price is at $10. The future of the North Sea is bleak and uncertain, and OPITO commissioned a report titled the Skills Foresight Report. 1999 we did this. And it looked to the future of the North Sea, and it focused in a particular dynamic around about operations and maintenance, and which are the fundamentals for producing hydrocarbons. So we commissioned this report, and the report said one key thing: replenish your offshore operations and maintenance staff in a meaningful way, or risk a 50% reduction in your production capability by 2008. Far-reaching, 9 years ahead. But you see the link between people and business, 50% reduction. A stark message indeed. However, it got the attention of the operators in the North Sea, and they created a thing called the Industry Collective Technician Scheme. A collective where everybody supported it and everybody bought into it. And 16 years on, it still goes to this day, millions of pounds of investment, several thousand technicians trained, and they're now spread across the globe, not just in the UK. We manage the scheme on behalf of the operators, and it's recognised as best in class by the UK government. Still continues to have that support even in every downturn, and even this year, as difficult as it is, we're still recruiting young people and we're still thinking for the future. And we've also seen an adaptation of our apprenticeship scheme into the well services sector, notably by Schlumberger, certainly an organisation that sees real value, long-term investment in the workforce of tomorrow. Now, I know it's an old story, but it's a true story of long-term commitment, long-term thinking. In our world right now, I'll share with you, we are still seeing long-term thinking and commitment across industry. We are still seeing safety training centres being built to our standards at a cost of millions of dollars. We are seeing massive investment in technical skills training infrastructure that will enable the delivery of the new OPITO Technical Qualifications Framework. Our work with the government and operators in Oman on the National Skills Strategy, and in Iraq with Shell in the Majnoon field, are great examples of this long-term thinking and real commitment to developing the skills and safety of the indigenous population. Petronas have already shown their commitment to long-term skills development. Their InStep facility was created at the cost of hundreds of millions of dollars to build a training infrastructure alone. So our world is certainly not all doom and gloom. It's just different. And I believe the downturn will have many positive effects. One of them will be, it could and it should accelerate the skills development locally, as it's far more cost-effective to employ locally than bring in expatriates. And you start to see, once again, people in business. There's a lot of sense to this skills development, isn't there? It's good for your business. So I keep hearing that the downturn feels different, will be more long-lasting. Things will never be the same again. Well, I've not got a crystal ball. I don't know. My feeling is I think it could be with us for a little while, and I think we've just got to adapt. But is it really that different? I've been in this industry for a long time. Previous austere times in 1986 and 1989, significant downturns. Is this any different? I don't know, because I think we're in it. But if you look at previous significant downturns and just reflect on how successful and dynamic the industry that came out of these recession periods, it was absolutely fantastic. So let's all just be wary. Watch the groupthink and watch the self-talk. Do not create a self-fulfilling prophecy. But I urge some sombre caution. Last week, in preparation for today's speech, I reviewed some global safety stats, and you can see a significant increase in poor safety performance in the downturn years of 1986 and 1999. I'm always wary of stats in isolation. I think just now it's too early to say anything tangible about safety performance in this downturn. Maybe we'll see something in 2016, I don't know. But I firmly believe, and that this today is testimony to it, the industry is in a far better place than it was then. But history, however, does show a clear correlation. Downturn, poor safety performance. Let's learn from that, and let's make sure that doesn't happen. So into this year's conference, and the hazards and risks that are in the workplace remain the same. They don't know that the oil price has changed. So business goes on, as it does. Things do change. But all standards must be maintained without compromise. Robust strategies must be applied that look to the long term and build which is already in place. But we must not seek to gain small measure of fiscal balance by cutting investment in safety and skills development without really understanding what that means. The cost of doing so is simply too high, and it's absolutely unacceptable. So we need to get really smart. Cost cutting is easy, cost efficiency, put your thinking cap on. From a range of inspirational and thought-provoking speakers today, we will look at how the industry can avoid long-term damage caused by short-term cost cutting. We will look at strategies that increase efficiency without increasing the risk to people and the environment. And once again, as become the trait of the OPITO conferences, we will look at business perspectives out with the oil industry, always a good thing to do, and gain insight into real examples of other industries managing a downturn, and how leadership, teamwork, and innovation delivered efficiency, business success, and opportunity without detriment to safety and quality. We will hear about the cost of safety that is not on the balance sheet, the lasting cost of failure when something goes tragically wrong in the workplace, where the real cost is measured in human terms as opposed to financial. And in our panel session, we will discuss ways of improving efficiency, keeping our people safe, building for the future, and how OPITO standards continue to deliver real value and cost efficiency. And we will examine the negative aspects of simply cost cutting without real long-term thinking. There'll be a cost to that as well. For me, this conference is of great significance to OPITO for a whole host of reasons, but right now, as an industry organisation, we operate to the same parameters as all others. Skills bodies don't intend to do that, but OPITO operates and behaves like our customers, like our stakeholders. So we must ensure as a skills body that we're effective, we must become more efficient, and we must become more innovative in our thinking. And we believe, I believe, and my people that work with me help believe, we need to help lead the industry by innovating how the industry standards are delivered. And we need to open an industry debate on the use of technology so we can create more efficiency in how we train people. Radical. However, we have a world-class global network of training providers that deliver our standards, but I think we need to embrace more technology and how people learn. We're still very much a classroom-based learning infrastructure within our training centres. I think we need to look at that. The world experiencing massive technology developments in smartphones and tablets, where people learn in their own place, at their own pace. And as Etna said, the cornerstone of this conference is about efficiency and innovation, whilst maintaining our standards. Technology-driven learning is something that is high on our agenda, and something we will be taking forward in 2016. We have a concept paper already internally on it, and we've started to look at how technology could bring significant efficiency to the training regime. That's where you see the efficiency, cost efficiency, not cost cutting. So for OPIDO today, it's not just about contributing to this conference, it's about listening and learning from others. I've said many times before, OPIDO facilitates this conference for like-minded people to come together to help make this industry and its workforce safer and improve skills. This conference is unique. There is no other like it in the oil and gas industry. I don't think there's another one like it anywhere. And I would like to thank the chairman and the board of OPIDO for their unwavering support of this conference during these austere times. So let's ensure that the time, effort and cost we have all invested in being here today returns value. Let's share thinking and listen and learn from others, and then we'll figure out how we adapt to the environment and how we take advantage from our reality. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much and enjoy your conference.